Okay, so hello everybody and welcome back to Road to Pro inside of Dig. Now, in the last video, I was able to get this OP charm, what's it called? The Flower Crown, and as you can see, we got really good stats on it, a bunch of strength and some alright endurance. I also did a little bit of off-camera grinding. I got a 1000 streak. I got level 45. And I also was able to complete the Rooftop Woodlands journal. And it gave me a couple things. First thing, we got the fairy title. The next thing we got was a shovel for the spore spade, which I don't have because I just haven't bought it. It costs $30,000, so I can get it, but I'm not going to because I need to save my money. And the last thing we also got was another charm. Where is it? The Ghastly Lantern. Legendary. Ooh, scarce actually. But anyways, it gives us a bunch of carry load. So from this we can hold 26 more items. And we get plus 12% endurance. So now if you open our backpack we can hold 61 items. Let's sell really quickly as well. Also, it gives a green light source, which is really good. And you can kind of see it. Let's come in here in the shade. Yeah, it gives a light source, which is nice as well. But I mainly just use it for the endurance and the carry load. I replaced the Ghastly Lantern for the Ectoplasm, just because with the Prismatic Shovel, I don't really need the Plasma Mutation, and it has better endurance. So yeah, I think that is better than the Plasma Shovel, than the Plasma Sleeve. Anyways, in today's video, this will be a long one because we are going to be trying to complete the hardest quest in the game, which is found over in the second island. So let's head over there. Alright, we've made it to the second island, and now we have to head over to the Alona jungle. So let's head over there. Okay, so we have made it to the area. It's called like a village or something. What's it called? The Phoenix Tribe. Here it is on the map. And what you have to do is you have to talk to this guy, the tribe leader, and he will ask if we would like to go inside the volcano, and it will tell us that we need a pair of magma boots. So in order to do this, we have to complete a favor first. Sound good? Yes, start quest, and here it is. This is a quest. And this is currently the hardest quest in the game, but it is very important for a few reasons. The first one being that it gives you the Magma Boots charm, which allows you to get into the last sort of POI, which has a boss which you need to defeat in order to get the Starfire Shovel. So yeah, in the Phoenix Tribe there's also a tiki shop where you can buy Alona mangoes, which gives plus haste, which is really good. Ooh, what's this? Solstice Bell. Gives plus luck. Not bad. Obsidian Shovel. Very good haste. Not very good strength and control though. And the Blue Moon Horn. And the Augment Totems, which give modifier chance. Alright though, we have got the quest, and now we just have to complete it. Okay, so the first look at this quest, there's a few things which I know have in common, and some of them are dig items, dig modified items, dig shiny items, and dig loot crates. But there's also the purchase Soulstar Shovel, defeat 10 bosses, and deal 150,000 damage to bosses. And so that is what we are going to do first. We are going to do all the boss related quests. So we are going to head to the Combat Guild to get some nectar horns, so venom horns, so we can summon some basilisks, which are needed to craft the solstice shovel. So I will see you guys once I've gone back to the combat guild. Alright, we've made it to the combat guild, and now we are here. We want to buy 10 of these nectar horns, so venom toxic horns, sorry. And the reason why we are going to be buying 10 is because we have to defeat 10 bosses in total, and hopefully by the time we defeat all 10 of them, we can get the 3 basilisks for the solstice shovel, and also we deal enough damage to complete the 150,000 damage to bosses part. Alright, so now we just have to head back to the Copper Mesa because the basilisk spawns in the Copper Mesa, so let's head back. Alright, we've made it to the Copper Mesa. I have my boss fighting charms on, so now all we have to do is we just have to get the toxic horns in our inventory and start spawning them. And so at the start there won't be too many people around here, but by the time we're on our second or third summon, there'll be the whole server here, so yeah. Alright, we're gonna summon the first one now. So let's summon it. And where is it? Alright, it's over there. Let's head over there. Alright, here it is. And I will skip to when we defeated it. Alright, there we go. First basilisk defeated. And we were able to do 56,000 damage because there was only me and one other person. Unfortunately, no basilisk, but that's okay because it's a 30% chance. We just have to get lucky in the future. So let's just spawn the next one and head over there. Alright, basilisk defeated. Ooh, okay, we got it. We got one basilisk. Can I equip it? Okay, nice. That's the first one, and we're now over 100,000 damage and up to 2 bosses defeated. Let's go ahead and favorite this because we do not want to sell this. Alright, and we will spawn our next one. Alright, another basilisk defeated. We weren't able to get another one, but we were able to complete the strength. And we have a blue moon. Alright, let's summon the next one there. Okay, so we've just defeated our 7th basilisk. As you can see, 7 out of 10 bosses. And we have gotten all 3 of the basilisks needed for the solstice shovel. So we can get that whenever we want to. But right now, we just have to defeat 3 more bosses. So let's do that and then we'll head back to the mainland. Okay, so we have finished all of the quests. Well, not all of them, but we finished most of the boss quests, which is defeat 10 bosses and deal 150,000 damage to bosses. All I need for the solstice shovel now is another $100,000 since it costs 190k to buy, but we can get that quite easily. I think if I sell my inventory, let's do that. We just got 20,000. Let's sell another fang. Okay, we can't do that yet. But yeah, now we only need 80,000. We can get the shovel. So now all we really have to do is dig. So let's just head back to the mainland. 2 minutes. Alright. So we have made it to Cinder Shores, and now we're just going to be digging here, mainly because I want to complete the Cinder Shores channel. I need 5 more, one being the king crab. So yeah, we're almost close to this one. And so one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to dig here because there's the coconut abundance and I need that. And also, if you don't know, the magnet shovel always gives chunks item, and it also gives increased loot items, so we really will be able to have a high chance for the coconut and dig more loot items. So yeah, I'll be back when I finish all the loot items. Okay, nice. We have finished the dig 10 loot, ending with 2 enchant totems. How many do I have now? Enchant. We have 15 of them. Alright, nice. And also something else I discovered is that since I have the flower charm, every time I dig an item it will be modified. So we live to 24 out of 75 unmodified, because if you come to equipment and go to charms, petrification is that non-modified items become petrified when dug up. So pretty much we only have to dig 51 more items and we will complete the 75 modified items. So yeah. Alright, we were able to dig up all of our 75 modified items, which is very nice. We have 80 items, so let's go and sell those. 15,000, not bad. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Tom's Baker because we have a quest to turn in. And then I'll come back to Cinder Shores because I have a way which I can get a bunch of shiny items and I need 30 of them. So let's go and do that. Alright, here we are at Tom's Bakery. Let's go see what he gives us. 1 lemon cupcake. Okay. Let's claim another one of his quests just because they're very good to do passively. Just dig 5 loot. Not too bad. Alright, now we're going to head back to Cinder Shores to keep grinding and get an item which will give us a bunch of shiny items. Alright, at Cinder Shores, you want to come over to the left to where the merchant and everyone is. And you're just going to want to come into here. And it might be in here. I know it's in the other place. In here. Yep, and here you can buy the glistening totem for 12,000. And as you can see, it gives plus 20% chance for shiny items while in the token range. Sorry, totems range. So let's just buy one of those. Let's just come over here and place it down. And to activate it, we need to dig 10 more items. Alright, it is activated. So we have plus 20 shiny chance for about 14 minutes. So I'll be back once the time is over. Alright, so the 15 minutes is up. And we were only able to get 1 shiny item, which isn't very good. I was honestly expecting a lot more. What is this guy doing? But we were able to get quite close to, sorry, not quite close, but we were able to get a lot more items. Out of 1,000 up to 168. We got 96 in that 15 minutes. Let's go sell, see what we get. Boom, 26,000, which is good because that means that we can just keep on buying more and more of the, what's it called, glistening totems. So yeah, we can do that. Let's buy 2 more since that's pretty much the profit we made. And yeah, let's just keep on buying. Alright, we have just finished with the 2 glistening totems. As you can see, we have 184 items in my inventory. We have dug 348 items out of 1,000, and they're up to 7 out of 30. So we got a good amount during that. Let's also sell our inventory so we can walk faster. How much do we get? 69,000. Right, I'm going to buy. Let's get 4 more of these. We can use those again. And another thing I want to say is that we unfortunately lost our 1,300 streak on a divine, which is very bad. Oh, the king crab is spawned. Let's go and do that, and then we'll get back to farming shiny items and digging. Right, we are back in dig, and the game was just updated with a blood moon. Let's just go through the changes. There's 8 new charms to the traveling merchant. You can re-roll it, and there's 1 more shovel. And there's a new rarity, prismatic, with 7 of them. And there's another shovel added to Cinder Shore somewhere. 5 new magnets to the magnet crates. New vehicles, more items to alone a jungle, and there's a combat guild at the Copper Mesa. Some balance changes, and that's about it. So right now there is a Blood Moon event, which gives 20% Clawed mutation. Let's see if we can get that. It shouldn't be too hard. We are still going for the grind for completing the quest for the magma boots, but the game updated, so I might as well go over the update in this video. Just quickly, I won't obviously be doing much because I'm focusing on something else. So yeah. Alright, we finally got Claude. Where is it? Claude, does it say? Not really. I thought it was meant to tell you. And let's sell our items. Plus 25,000. Not bad. Alright, can we get another Claude item? I want to see how much this sells for. Alright, another Claude item. Can I see how much it's worth? Like, is that a thing? I'll just check the wiki, probably. There's limited items. Okay. Oh, Blood Moon. Alright. So can you only get them during Blood Moons? I guess so. Alright, well, we'll just get back to grinding 1,000 dug items and shiny items. Alright, so I just dug up an item and it said it gave me Dire Claws, which I'm guessing is a charm. And so when I come here, look at this. S strength, so it gives plus 12, SS endurance, and activating, so attacking bosses has a 15% chance to scratch them, dealing extra damage. Why is that so good? I might replace the tenacity brace. Because, yeah, I don't care about losing my streak anymore. And it's really good stats. And also add that to our boss loadout. Alright, nice. Yep. Alright. Alright, so we've used up all of our glistening totems. So I thought I'd do an update, but let's sell 89 items. How much do we get? 37,000. Not too bad. Right, so we have reached level 50, so that is complete. We are pretty much we're 2/3 of the way to completing the shiny items, and 2/3 of the way pretty much for the 1000 items. So we just have to buy a couple more listening totems and just grind a little bit more. And then once we've gotten all those, we'll head to Cinder Caverns to get the Solstice Shovel, and then we'll be done. So yeah, I'll be back for my next update soon. Okay, we have just finished all of the 30 shiny items. Now all we have left to do is to dig 100 items and buy the Solstice Shovel. But first we're going to defeat the King Crab. Right, King Crab defeated. We got the Abyssal Shovel, some money, XP, and a claw. Still missing out on the actual King Crab, but that's fine. Right, now we're just going to have to grind a little bit of money so that we can afford the Solstice Shovel, and we're going to do that in Fernhill Forest because I have a Combat Guild quest for that. So yeah, let's just head over to the Combat Guild and then we'll start the quest. I'm so AT, yeah, good in it. I got another Diaclaw. Unfortunately, they have terrible stats compared to my other one. But hey, pretty cool. I'm still gonna have to delete that though. Alright, bounty finished. That's an interesting lunchbox. Shinies all, let's go hand it in. We now have 9 bounty hunter stacks. Let's just claim the next one. What will my next bounty be? Deal damage to bosses. Okay. Well, let's sell our inventory. We just have to grind a little bit more, and once I have enough for 190k, we'll head down to the Solstice Shovel. Alright, let's sell our inventory. How much do we get? 9k. More than we need. So let's head over to Cinder Caverns. Alright, now we just have to go down. So let's buy a ticket for $1,000. And then I'll see you all when we're down. Alright, we've made it to Cinder Cavern, so let's get our Patriot out. And now, to get there, I'll be following a map on TikTok. So let's hope that I can traverse it correctly. So we go past the first left. We take a right. Go past the second left, and then here. We come left. Oh, and then come down here. I think this is the right way. And then we take a left here. Go past that. And we take a right. Just keep going down, and then yep, once you see the trees, you were there. So we have to get out our car, and we need a glider, so let's go get that. And we're at the Solstice Shrine. Alright, and now here we have to get our basilisk and place them. So let's go and do that. And there it is, Solstice Shovel. Let's go ahead and purchase that. Oh, we also got the Solar Flare and Sunny title. Anyways, the Solstice Shovel part is complete. So, there we go. Let's check it out really quickly. Where is it? Right here. So as you can see, there's a bunch of strength, but its control bar is so bad. Like, can I dig here? No. Alright, we're gonna reset to head back to Foxtown. We're gonna release $400. And now let's give it a try. Like, look at how small that is. Oh my god. I don't even know if it's possible to hit a strong on that. Alright, let's try again. Bro. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm obviously not the best with this shovel. But hey, we just got a legendary Sniffles egg from Minecraft. I'm pretty sure this is. And that's the new item. Alright, we're gonna go back to the prismatic shovel because that's just way too hard to use. So let's get back our car and let's head over to the second island. Alright, now we're here. We're gonna finish digging our 47 items left. So once we're done, then I will see you guys. Massive. Alright, we're on the last one, so let's finish this off. And there we are, the magma boost is ready to turn in. Let's sell our inventory and spawn in the Patriot. Plus 12,000, not bad. Alright, and now let's head over to the Phoenix Tribe. Alright, here we are at the Phoenix Tribe, so let's come here to the leader and hand in the quest. 8 enchant totems, 30,000, and the magma boost. Alright, let's see how good they are. So let's go to charms. What are they? Are they divine? Okay. So they give jump power and endurance. But the main thing is you no longer take damage while inside Mount Charcoal. So let's just put it onto this build because why not? So, you know, this can be our movement build. So let's also get in the haste coil. Which one gives the most speed? This one, definitely. Alright, let's also re-roll this. 16,000. Oh, unequip. Alright, re-roll it. B tier endurance. S tier endurance. It'll work. Alright, let's head over to Mount Charcoal. I think that we just have to... Oh, that's not our car. Alright, in here. Let's just head into here. So we come back here. Learn the jungle. And then we come in here. What is this guy? Let's talk to him. Me like you sandals. Thanks, bro. Alright, well, we're in Mount Charcoal. So, we aren't going to do anything in here because that will be for later videos. So, thank you all for watching. That was a very hard quest. It took me like so many hours to do, like close to double digits. So yeah.